Hey guys, in bed with the flu, but wanted to make a video for you. I saw a guy, a British guy, independent news reporter named Tommy Robinson. I guess he's pretty outspoken over there about Islam and about all the things that are going on. Um, One of the things that he posted recently here on his YouTube channel is a an interview that he did with some sounded like a British anchor, for a mainstream network that was out of Qatar, and basically uh, Al Jazeera was the main network, and of course, as soon as he started spouting facts about Islam and Muhammad and some of the things that are in there, they just went in there and they censored it out, and they're like, oh, we lost feed and stuff, even though he had his own camera set up, which is showing the fact that he was continuing to speak and continuing to utter facts, and then miraculously, they got their feedback after he got done. So anyway, but one of the things that I wanted to point out was that this particular anchor, who was basically he's trying to be somewhat deceitful and deceptive, and was stating that he was going to read out of this holy book about about killings and killing women and children and this and that and so on and so forth. And he starts spouting off this stuff, and Tommy Robinson picked up on it immediately, and he was like, you're quoting out of the Old Testament, and the guy's like, oh, so you know that, so you knew that was quoting it, and so on and so forth. And basically, this is an argument that I've heard numerous times before, that somehow the Old Testament, some of the atrocities committed in the Old Testament, somehow justifies the things that are going on today, uh, it, going on today within Islam, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't even understand how you can even draw that comparison at all. I mean, regardless of whether or not these things occurred or not, or you're basically trying to tell me that the things that were written and recorded during the time of Moses, which was around 2500 BC, uh, by the Hebrews, you're telling me that somehow that 4,000, 4,500 years ago, that because people did these things, it's somehow justified today? Um, you know, uh, what the hell are you talking about? I mean, seriously, uh, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, that would be no different than me saying, well, Black Lives Matters is beating up people outside of polling stations, so therefore I can. It's justification. Um, I don't think anybody would use that type of morality in any sort of modern sense to justify the actions of uh, these Islamic shitbags that are going out and doing the things that they're doing. And then your only recourse, your only justification is that 4,500 years ago the Hebrews did it? Seriously. I mean, come on. Are you honestly going to sit there and. When the hell was the last time you saw a Hebrew chopping somebody's head off? When was the last time you saw him slaying women and children and doing all these things? It's absolutely ridiculous, the justification that you're using for something 4,500 years ago. So seriously, guys, you if you're gonna try and spout that line, at least have some sort of an educated basis to be able to make that kind of statement. Otherwise, you just come off sounding retarded. So anyway, you guys, if you haven't checked it out already, go and check out Tommy Robinson. He does a lot of stuff, and David Wood, I think is his name, is another guy who does a lot of stuff on Islam. So check out their stuff. All right, train hard.